Joining us now, Fox News contributor Sara Carter, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. Mr. Jordan, Congressman, anything I've said here that's wrong? I know a few more details can be filled in, but that's a synopsis.
No, it was well done. And look, remember what Chuck Schumer said 2 years ago about then President-elect Trump. He said, if you mess with the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. Bill Barr is going to find out if that statement was actually carried out. And that's what I so appreciate what the Attorney General said. And I think the American people appreciate it, too. When you stop and think about it, they want an Attorney General who's focused on accountability and the truth. And that's exactly what Bill Barr is going to get to. And he's going to find out if what Chuck Schumer said 2 years and 3 months ago, if, in fact, that's what took place. And all the things you just went through, it sure looks like it did. It sure looks like it.
And when the Attorney General said today, Sarah, that, yeah, the Trump campaign was spied on in multiple ways, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he wants to get to the bottom of it. He said the Trump campaign was spied on. He doesn't know what the predicate for that spying was. He wants to look into it. He wants to investigate it. He wants to understand it. And he is going to hold people accountable. By all of the sources that I've spoken to, Sean, have said that Attorney General Barr is methodical. He's calm-natured. He is not going to be pushed around by anybody, not by Mueller, not by President Trump, not by anyone, not by the FBI, not by people in the DOJ. He's going to do his job. He's going to follow the rule of law. And if people broke the law, which we can see based on the evidence that we have uncovered over the last several years and based on the evidence that Congress has uncovered, that there is so much evidence of malfeasance within the FBI and DOJ, there needs to be a full-fledged investigation. And I think this is why Attorney General Barr has now moved forward. He's openly stated, we have a team investigating this, and he's moving quickly. That's one thing that I think people really need to understand. This is not going to drag out for years on end. Barr says the IG report is coming out in May or June. Barr has notified Congress that he is looking into these allegations, and Barr has already said that he will release Mueller's report, redacted report, next week.
All right, and Congressman Jordan, this is important. We now, I know everyone in the media, if they cared about obstruction, maybe they'd care about subpoena emails, deleted, acid wash the hard drive. We now have the date. Maybe they'd care a little bit about beating up devices and removing SIM cards. That's obstruction. Well, maybe there's a line or two in the Mueller report, but we now have the Barr investigation. He will review the actions from the get-go here. That probably means that Hillary Clinton's investigation should be reopened. We'll start there. But then we have the Inspector General and the FISA abuse. Then we have John Uber, whatever he's doing, nobody seems to know. But then we have 302s that'll come out, and the FISA applications come out, and a cascade of these interviews. By the way, you and Mark Meadows were phenomenal in these closed-door meetings. You got to the truth, and I kept asking you and Mark, because you couldn't tell me, is there anything I'm saying that's wrong? And you, nope. Am I over the target? Yep, that's all you would say. But you were right, because you were seeing this, and you were doing it behind closed doors, and both you and Devin Nunes deserve a lot of credit.
Well, thank you, and you deserve a lot of credit. So does Sarah. But look, when all those things you spelled out, all those things that look like were wrong things that were done, remember who did them. Jim Comey, who was fired, who, as you said, leaked information to the New York Times to get a special counsel appointed. Andy McCabe, who lied 3 times under oath, was fired. Jim Baker, whose transcripts are now fully coming out. Jim Baker, chief counsel, was demoted, then left, currently under investigation by the Justice Department. Lisa Page, demoted, then left. Peter Strzok, demoted, then fired. These were the key people.
Will they be indicted, in your view? If the rule of law is followed, will they be indicted?
2 things are going to happen. First, as Sarah just mentioned, Inspector General Horowitz is going to bring his report forward, as the Attorney General mentioned also yesterday, late May or June. That will tell us a lot, and then Bill Barr's investigation will unfold as well. I think that will determine if they get indicted.
Do you see laws broken? I know the criminal referrals from Devin are coming this week, probably tomorrow.
I do. I particularly think so with Andy McCabe. I think he's in trouble, and I think potentially Peter Strzok. But we'll just have to see what Mr. Horowitz says and obviously what the Attorney General says.
Sarah, we're going to have the criminal referrals. Do you see indictments in your crystal ball?
According to sources that I've spoken with, yes, there will be indictments and people will be held responsible for the actions that they committed against the country.
Is one of them going to be James Comey?
I don't know. I certainly hope so. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Jim?
No, I mean, look, I'm confident in Mr. Horowitz and I'm confident in Mr. Barr. I think Mr. Barr is the kind of attorney general the American people want. Solid, pursuing the truth, and going to hold people accountable.
It's about our Constitution. This is that important. This can't happen again. We're going to hold them all accountable. Thank you both.